So we're going to hear a story of an immigrant from America. This lady's from America. She's immigrated to Ireland, describing her experiences of racism in Ireland. And as you can see, she's put a banner or a caption on her video here to say Ireland is a racist nation. But that doesn't mean everyone here is racist. Well, when you start off with a caption to say Ireland is a racist nation, but not everyone here is racist, it's certainly implying that the large majority of people are. If you say this is a racist nation or that's a racist nation, wherever it is, I would think, well, okay, that means the majority of people there would exhibit racism towards other people, but not everyone here is racist. So we're going to hear about her experiences and how Ireland is one of the most racist countries in Europe. It's even worse than Italy. Can you believe that? Whoever ranks these things, I don't know, but we're going to get some accounts of this lady's experiences. She's moved around from place to place.
Live in Ireland. And in 2024, Ireland was actually rated number 7 as one of the most racist nations in Europe. Number 7, like they beat Italy. I won't ever go back to Italy again. That's how dangerous it is for blacks.
So let me get this straight. Ireland was voted 7th most racist country in Europe. Voted by who? And she then goes on to say that we even beat Italy. We beat Italy, or 6th or 7th, but we beat Italy. We're worse than Italy. And she's been to Italy and she said she won't go back to Italy because of the racism there, but yet she lands in a country that's worse than the country she said she'll never go back to. It's quite interesting.
For black women. As in Italy, people's cars literally left the street to jump on the sidewalk to try to hit you. Haven't experienced that in Ireland, but a van did try to run me down once.
So in Italy, if you're a black woman, expect cars to leave the road, to drive onto the footpath, to mow you down in Italy. That's how bad it is in Italy, according to this lady. And she hasn't had anyone driving their car off the road onto the footpath to try and mow her down in Ireland yet. But she said a van did try and run over her, which is terrible. Absolutely shocking behaviour altogether.
And another time when I was walking out of the Asylum Protection Center, because that's where you go get your PPN number. As soon as they shut the door behind me, I had 2 giant white men blocking me in a door frame.
So she came out of the asylum centre to get her documentation, and as soon as she came out, 2 giant white men blocked her into a doorway, which is, again, absolutely appalling. Shocking treatment altogether.
Trying to get me not to leave out. One guy had his fist balled and the other one didn't. So I was going to take my chances with the one whose fist that wasn't balled so I can get out of that little tight squeeze that they trapped me into. So
she was pinned into a tight corner by 2 giant white men, one of whom had his fists clenched, just trying to detain her there, but somehow she managed to get out of that tight situation and make her way off to wherever she was going. That's a terrible, terrible experience for anyone to have in Dublin city centre.
If I didn't start talking shit when they realized that I was an American, I don't know what they would have done to me. And I was only there to get my son a PPSN number for school. So people are so hell-bent on trying to prove that racism doesn't exist, and then they try to invalidate other people's experience. It's unfortunate. It does exist. It even exists in Ireland.
Of course it does. Racism exists everywhere in the world. Where there's people, anywhere, you're going to get racism. But some people blow it out of all proportion. And some people are right they do have very negative experiences, but it cuts both ways. Cuts both ways. There's a lot of attacks in Dublin that have happened recently, carried out by people that have came from other countries. Brazil, for example. Nigeria, for example. Guyana, for example. And committed horrific acts of violence, sexual violence, murder, assault with knives on white people. Was that racism also? Does it cut both ways?
Ireland may be a racist nation, but that doesn't mean that everyone here is racist.
Ireland may be a racist nation, but not everyone here is racist. Come on, make up your mind.
The Irish are very nice and friendly people. It's just some people are on this app watching these videos that are being made, and they're badly edited to make people believe in the propaganda.
So she's talking about making badly edited videos on the TikTok app. And in fact, then going from the statement that Ireland is a racist nation to some people, Irish people are okay. They're good people, but some people on a social media app are making badly edited videos to make it look worse than it is. That's what she's saying.
And these people should have enough brain cells to be able to fact check the false narratives that's being painted. And when people create false narratives, it makes it dangerous for people like me just out living my life.
So she's talking about people creating false narratives by saying that Ireland is a racist nation, but not everyone here is racist. In fact, most Irish people are okay. And in fact, a few people on TikTok are toxic and they're making badly edited videos to push a false narrative. I get it now. It's making sense.
I have so many experiences that I deal with every time I leave the damn house. It's because someone has internalized racism and they just want to take it out on me when I'm minding my own fucking business.
So every time she leaves the house, people with internalized racism are making her life hell when she just simply wants to mind her own effing business. That's a reasonable request, isn't it? People with internalized racism jumping all over you every time you leave the house. It must be stressful.
So some people were like, if you don't like it, then leave the country. How about you mind your fucking business and leave me alone? How about that? That's how racism stop. You leave the other people alone and you take it up with your government because that's who you have the real problem with.
So that's how to deal with racism. You mind your own business, you leave people alone and you take it up with your government. Well, I have said it many, many times. The reason why Ireland is in the mess that it's in at the minute, and most European countries, are because their governments are hell-bent on destroying them by opening the borders, let people flood in, let incidents go unchecked, unreported, unacknowledged. So the question is, does this lady have a point? She's an American immigrant to Ireland. She's saying Ireland is a racist nation, but that doesn't mean everyone here is racist. We're actually quite nice, but we're a racist nation. You know, you can't have it both ways. We're either nice people and the vast majority of people are okay, or it's a racist nation. What's the answer? What's the answer? Leave me your thoughts, comments and opinions below. I'm Rick Munn, No Risk, No Reward Media, over and out.